Hey, what's going on, everybody on YouTube? Steve here, Rake and Profit, rakeandprofit.com. I'm actually on my laptop right now getting ready and prepared for a business trip, which is coming up. Let me see if this is working correctly. Yes, it is. What's going on, everybody? Good to see you. So I'm actually getting ready to go to a conference. It's the Seller Summit in Fort Lauderdale. It's actually going down the 18th to the 21st, but I'm actually flying into Fort Lauderdale a couple days early. I'm leaving Tuesday, coming back on Sunday, and gonna get some sun, hang out at the beach, and spend some time just relaxing a bit before the conference because it's super cold over here. But anyways, in this video, I wanted to talk about eBay's vacation mode, and I wanted to ask you guys for some advice. So let me get to the right part of the eBay page right now, and I want to ask you guys for some advice. So let me wait until everybody comes on in. Okay, perfect. What's going on, everybody? Good to see you. Sarah says, where are you going, Steve? eBay listing right now. I'm going to Fort Lauderdale to the Seller Summit conference. It's a conference all about Shopify and Amazon FBA, wholesale, private label, various topics such as that. So it's going to be a lot of fun. But anyways, guys, here's the question that I had for you guys. So if you guys don't know and you're selling on eBay and you're leaving the state or leaving town for a couple of days, you can actually go into your eBay if you have an eBay store. I don't think you could do it if you don't have an eBay store. And you can turn on vacation mode. Essentially what vacation mode does is it puts your store, it actually will either A, it'll hide your store completely, and you can turn it back on when you come back. Or B, number two, you can actually leave all your listings up and visible and people could purchase them, but a little header will come up at the top that says, this seller is returning on this date. And you can have like a little message. And my question is, typically what I usually do is I just shut my store off completely and I hide it so it's not visible. But what do you guys think is the best thing that I should do? Do you think I should either, there's a button that says hide and block purchases for my fixed price listings. This does not affect your auction style listings. Or should I leave it visible? I want to know, what do you guys think I should do? If I leave it visible, people can obviously purchase my items and, some of them might not see. I don't know how it looks on the mobile device, but some people might not see that little top header bar that says, the seller's returning on the 21st, because I'm going to be gone for, the entire week, essentially, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and I'm not going to ship until Monday, and I'd hate to have somebody buy on Tuesday or Wednesday, and then, they're sending me messages saying, hey, why didn't you ship the item, and the negative feedback hits you, and then you got to deal with issues. I don't know if I'm overthinking it or not, but typically I abandon it. Sarah's saying leave it visible. If I want it, I would at least watch the item if I really want it. Question, guys. Have you ever purchased something through your mobile device and saw the little message come up? Is it obvious for people who are shopping on the mobile device? Because it's quite obvious on the desktop. There's no doubt about that. But on the mobile device, that's what I'm curious. Are people going to actually see that warning? So right now I've actually got my store open and it's visible. So it has that little header bar right there. Sarah says, yes, it works. It's huge and yellow or orange. And the Sun by the Beach says, also, I heard that you should turn it off several days before you leave. Hey, Forge Your Own Path, what's going on? Yeah, you can still see it. Okay, perfect. Zippy says, yes, it's obvious on the mobile device too. It's right at the top. Cool. So I think I'm going to leave my vacation mode on and I'm going to leave my items visible. Another question for you guys. Would you change your handling time? Because if you have a store, you can actually go in and you can bulk edit all of your listings. Would you change all your handling time if you're going to be gone for 5 days to 5 days just so there's no confusion whatsoever? So Florida Hidden Treasure saying, yes, change handling time. Forge Your Own Path says, always change handling time. Susan says, just 10 days handling, yes. Okay, so everybody's saying change handling time. This is why I love having a YouTube channel, guys. I don't know it all, and there's different things that, I'm curious about. I'm wondering, is this the best way or not? And yeah, thank you guys. You answered pretty much all of my questions. So what I learned from this live stream is If you're going to turn your vacation mode settings on, leave your store visible. If you do leave it visible, people on the mobile device and the desktop will see a little header that goes across the screen saying the seller will return. And I also learned that, if you're going to do that, turn your handling time to an extended time. So I appreciate that, guys. Thank you. I will do that actually right now. And sorry if it's a little loud. I'm actually in my basement, and whoever's next door to me is extremely loud right now. It sounds like there's a bunch of kids playing, which is fine, but I apologize about that. Con says, I actually learned a lot as well. This is what we're all about over here on the Rake and Profit YouTube channel, helping each other out, learning, trying to add value as much as possible, and working together, because there's so many opportunities out there, guys. That's what it's all about. So, yeah, vacation mode settings, it's a very helpful thing to have. I've noticed, I don't know about you guys, but I noticed that in the past when I completely shut my store off and I put vacation mode on, I noticed that when I turned my store back on again, it was pretty challenging to get items to rank again. It seemed like things were a little slow when I completely turned my store off and turned it back on again. So, I appreciate that tip. I'm going to Fort Lauderdale for the people who are coming in right now, going to the Seller Summit Conference. There's going to be a bunch of pretty awesome speakers there as well, including Greg Mercer is going to be there, Scott Volker, a lot of big Amazon names. Steve Chow is throwing the event in Fort Lauderdale, and he runs a very successful e-commerce brand. And I'm very interested in learning more about the different models, wholesale, private label. Obviously, you guys know I run a Shopify store as well, which is slowly but steadily improving and making more and more money each and every month. So yeah, just going to learn, going to educate. And you want to know what? You know what the best part is? It's a tax write-off. 100% tax write-off for education, which is really, really cool. So really, really excited about that. And, I'll be sure to, if I can, I don't know if they're going to allow me to, but I'll try to do some filming for you guys, and or at the very least make a video when I get back to kind of sum up the key takeaways and the things that I learned most from the conference. Because every time I go to these seminars and conferences, I learn something new. And another one of my goals going there is I want to be able to connect and meet with some people and build some relationships to hopefully bring them on the channel and share what they know. So Larissa says, how is it a tax write-off? I need to know. Well, education's 100% tax write-off. So yeah, I'm going to write off the flight. I'm going to write off the hotels. I believe hotels are 50% write-off. I don't think you could fully write off a hotel. I'm not sure. I'm going to have to talk to my bookkeeper and whatnot. But the conference, the ticket that, was $700-800. Mr. Trollman, you're going crazy over there asking. I don't publicly put out my eBay stores. If you happen to find it or you stumble upon it, that's fine. But there's really no benefit for me putting out my store, just because every time I do, I get trolls over there. I get a million questions coming through, and it just causes a lot more work for me. So I try to keep business. I keep this YouTube channel for tips, for helping others. So I try to keep them split up. Forge your own path. Yeah, it is what it is. Trust me, guys. I've been on YouTube for a long time, and when I used to put my username out there, it was literally an hour of work extra each day, trying to comb through all the questions that were from people. Here's a quick tip I have for you guys. If you ever find my store, which is fine, I have multiple stores. If you find them, that's cool. You can check out the items, see what I'm selling, but don't send me questions over there. Do not do that. It's just not appropriate. Business is business. If you find the store, it's cool. Look through it, but don't start sending questions over there. If you want to find me on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram, hit me up over there, or obviously on these live feeds. What's your advice for good budget lighting? I actually made a video about this the other day. The lighting that I use right over here, you can find those at rakeandprofit.com/lights. So those are the lights that I actually just purchased the other day. They're actually double mounted 1200 watt lights. There's 2 units. So those were like 60 something or $70. So you can check that out. And also if you check out rakeandprofit.com/cube, you can see the photography cube that I'm using. Let me switch this up. My little stand right here. I've got my phone inside my cube. So this is the the little photography cube that I use right here. So rakeandprofit.com/cube. Those are the lighting that I use. If you guys enjoyed this video, do me a big favor and hit the like button, guys. We got 60 people in the house, so be sure to show this video a little bit of love. Always helps to get the video out to more people, and yeah, just, I appreciate it. I do the best I can to, share my life with you guys and my journey. And, obviously there's some things that I don't feel comfortable sharing, or it's just not the smartest move for me. So I do the best I can to be as transparent as possible, and share my journey with you and different tips and whatnot. So hopefully you guys appreciate that. Hey, what's going on, Tiffany? Forge your own path. Yeah, I'm glad you're enjoying the videos. I definitely do. Yeah, you got to learn the live YouTube channel stuff. I'm telling you. I mean, even starting your own YouTube channel up is a great way to learn. It's a great way to make some extra money. It's a great way to network. I love YouTube for many various different reasons. It's a great way to be able to, make a difference and add value. Don't think that, you don't know much or you couldn't help people. There's every single person. That's why I love interviewing people, and shouting out other YouTube channels, is because everybody has a different angle, a different perspective, a different way of doing things. And, it's just really cool to be able to hear what others have to say and just learn from others' mistakes and what works and what not. Joshua wants to know what's the best way to measure shorts. When I do shorts, literally I usually only provide one measurement, and that's the waist. So measure the waist across and times it by 2. So if it measures 20 inches across, when it's evenly displayed, you just multiply it by 2, and that's the waist measurement. You could obviously measure the inseam going diagonally down from the crotch area down to the hem, but I usually never do, and I've never had any problems. If you're measuring jeans, I don't know women's. I know women's have a lot more measurements, but when it comes to men's jeans, the waist and the inseam, those are pretty much the only measurements. Sometimes I'll get questions coming in, how wide is the the leg hole, whatever it's called, the opening of the legs right there. Sometimes people will ask that. Larissa wants to know, I believe that's your name, what's your thoughts on personally wearing the clothing and taking pictures? I mean, I'm sure it works, right? But I mean, it takes a lot of time to put on the clothes, and you have to make sure it fits right. Because if you're wearing a clothing item, like if I put on like a 2X or a 3 or an XL, it's going to look baggy. It's going to look big on me. So, the person who's looking at the picture of you wearing that item, if it doesn't fit correctly, they're probably going to have a negative response to it. So, I mean, if it fits you really well and it's a high-end item, you can put it on and have someone take a picture of you. But the problem I see is, number one, if it doesn't fit correctly, it's going to give the buyer maybe a negative perspective of the item. And number two, it just takes a lot of time. That's why I like listing on the phone. That's why, my listings aren't the best, right? My pictures aren't the best. I don't have the best descriptions. I don't have the best titles, but everything's pretty good, because I'd rather have everything at like an 8 versus a 10, be able to save like 50% of the time. So I try to just speed through my listings as fast as I can, because I honestly think, as long as your listing's decent, the pictures are good, you've got some good keywords, your item description's filled out, you price the item accordingly, I don't think it makes the hugest difference in the world versus just making sure you list. You got to list as many items as possible. When I list more, I make more money. It's just bottom line. Cyber proxy, that's awesome. Killing it. There's a lot of questions going by. I think somebody was asking about building your store and like customizing like the store categories and whatnot. That could always help, to make it an easier experience for your customers to navigate through your store. So, if you want to take the time to organize your store between categories and different sizes, I'm sure that would help a little bit. At the end of the day, I think most people are going into your store and probably never going to come back again, maybe a few. So I think listing your items is the most important. But, one valuable lesson I've learned as well is making sure that you do the little things. They can add up to really big things, like organizing your store or running a sale or making sure your feedback's good, having that good keyword in there, item specifics, all the things add up, good pictures, to making the sale and increasing your sales. So, never just lose sight of the little things. But the big picture is on eBay, I guess at the end of the day, what I'm trying to say is you've got to list. That's the number one thing. And, you know, that's kind of why I was, you know, out of the eBay game for a while, because it's hard scaling your eBay business, you know, as a one-man show, and it just takes so much time. I think it's a great way to make money, and especially with like all the restrictions and people getting gated off on Amazon, I think more and more people are getting back into eBay. You know, but it's just reality. Red Rocket, happy Mother's Day to all the beautiful and strong moms. Yes, if you're a mother or even if you're a father, happy Mother's Day and happy future Father's Day to you. No, happy Mother's Day to everybody out there. You know, it's my mother, she came over today and, you know, I gave her a card. We spent some time together. We had some lunch. It was a lot of fun. So, yeah, happy Mother's Day. Green Granny Resale. You're welcome. Thank you for watching. I appreciate that. Awesome. Anna's first Mother's Day. That's great. Yes, happy Mother's Day to Mama Profits. Yes, happy Mother's Day to you. So yeah, I think that's about it, guys. Again, if you're just coming in late, we talked about the vacation mode settings on eBay. If you do have a store on eBay, and correct me if I'm wrong, guys, the only way that you can put your store in vacation mode is if you have a store, right? If you just have the free version, you don't have a store. Isn't that right? So if you are paying, I think, what, 18 or 20 bucks a month, and you have a store, and you're leaving town for an extended period of time, and you don't want to sell your items, and or you don't want to promise to be able to, you know, fulfill those items in a certain time period, you can put your items on vacation mode, and you have two options. You can either hide your listings completely, which means your store just doesn't even exist, or you can actually leave your items visible, but a header will come up and say, hey, this seller is gone until this date. He will be back then, and you could even leave a little note. So I learned a lot from you guys. I'm going to leave my store on vacation mode, but I'm going to leave everything visible so people can purchase it. And obviously I'm going to give them the information when I'm back. And right now, after this video, I'm going to go in, bulk edit all my listings and change the handling time to, you know, 5 or 6 days or something like that. So anyways, guys, appreciate you all watching. If you like this video, like the video, comment, subscribe. Yes, Johnny, I'm going to definitely change the handling time. I'm headed to Fort Lauderdale, so I'm actually getting some videos pre-recorded right now, and they're going to be launching. I'm going to be scheduling them out, so I don't have to worry about getting videos up during next week. So I've got some little videos that are going to be popping up during the week. They're a little there's this new thing I'm doing on my channel, and Gary Vaynerchuk does it, so I'm literally just copying exactly what he does. I'm going through my interviews, like my hour-long interviews that I've had with like Rockstar Flipper, RESELL, Sam Cohen, and I'm taking little clips that are like 1 minute to 2 minutes, and I'm pulling them out, and I'm posting them on my YouTube channel. I'm literally repurposing content because I know a lot of people who are watching my channel probably don't get to watch the entire live show. My average watch time is about 10 minutes. So I'm repurposing my content, and I think it's going to be an interesting way to be able to add value to my audience and, you know, keep my channel, you know, eBay and YouTube are the same way. You keep posting on YouTube, they reward you. You keep listing on eBay, they reward you. So just experimenting with different types of content. So you're going to see some videos coming out with little snippets with Rockstar Flipper, RESELL, and Sam Cohen coming out Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And then I think I'm going to get a couple more videos created too. So yeah, gonna finish that up right now. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Smash that like button. Peace out. And yeah, see you guys later. Bye.